Hey guys, it's Chris with Eagle Gunworks, and today we're going to be talking about church safety and security, and we're going to be going through some of the things that we do here at my church to keep everybody safe, and some of the things that can be implemented very easily, and then other things that might take a little more money and time to get involved with. As you can see here to my right, we've got cameras around the church that show different areas of the building. Got a lot of outside shots. We've got some of the interior hallways as well, and some of the bigger rooms, the sanctuary and the Family Life Center. We've got cameras in those areas, and then all the way around the perimeter of the building. So the person sitting here can look at the cameras and see what's going on and be able to work with the team that you have in place to be able to head off anything that might be happening outside. And you're not necessarily just talking about maybe an active shooter incident. With church safety, you're also talking about medical problems, or somebody have an accident, they trip and fall out in the parking lot, and you can see them on the cameras and send help. It covers all sorts of things. We have people that need to have medical background to be able to help with first aid, and try to have a good, well-rounded group of guys and ladies if they want to be on it. And the way we have things set up here is we have a safety team that is set up, and we a group of volunteers, and we go through kind of an application process of whether they want to be on the team or not, and what the requirements are. And the majority of the team does have their CWP, so we can carry at church as long as you get permission from the church body. Here in South Carolina, you have to have that permission from the governing body of the church to be able to carry legally at church. You have a team set up, you rotate the teams around. You have one person that's the lead of the team, and then the other people in the team work the other roles within the team, whether it's standing out front of the sanctuary and greeting people as they come in and just kind of keep an eye on that, or you're walking the perimeter of the church or the inside corridors of the church to make sure nothing's going on during the service or during Sunday school, whatever might be going on at the church at the time. And one of the things that we use to help communicate is radios. And most guys will have an earpiece of some sort that you have in your ear, and then it'll have a mic button on it that you can plug into the side of the radio, and use these to communicate with everybody on the team while they're going around the church. So if somebody sees something, they can call it in, or if the person sitting here monitoring the cameras sees something, they can send the person that they need to go check out the situation and see what's going on. And we've got a whole bank of radios to be able to have enough for just about everybody on the team if we needed everybody on for one service. Then we're going to take a look around the building and show you some of the other things that we have in place to be able to keep the church safe during the services. So let's take a look around the building. One of the things that you want to have around the building is some good first aid kits set up in various locations. So if you do have somebody trip and fall or whatever happens during the service, that they would be able to find the supplies that they need to be able to take care of whatever situation is going on. And another thing, while we're here at this exit, let's look up here, and all of our exterior doors that are the main entrances have these maglock systems on them. With the maglock system, you have an exterior lock that will keep the door locked unless somebody has the fob to be able to get in and out. So they only people with these key fobs can get in the door if the door is locked, or unless somebody's inside and they can let them in the door. So the way the mag locks work, you put the fob up against it and it opens. pledge in. Here in the sanctuary, we have a camera mounted up here, and this camera has the capability of panning the whole sanctuary as well as zooming in to an area so that if something happens, we can get a close-up view of what's going on out here. But we've mainly got it set up so that it picks up the back doors here at the sanctuary where everybody's going to be coming in to the service, but we can also zoom around the building and pick up anything else that might be going on during the service, whether it's down here on the floor, and we can get up into the balcony as well. So let's look at some of the other areas. This is the area where people are going to be coming in the front doors, and the guys that are out here in the vestibule greeting people, making sure everything's okay. We've got them set up with an iPad out here that is connected to our Wi-Fi system, and they can access the camera system based on the app that is on the iPad. And we've got the iPad connected to this bigger monitor, so it blows the picture up, and it's got the 4 main camera views that somebody here at the front door would need to look at while they were monitoring the system. When we were talking about the maglock systems earlier, we also have these on the front doors of the church, so let's take a look at those. The same kind of system here, and on these doors, it locks the doors in there. All of the maglocks are controlled with a central computer system so that 1 or 2 people have the access to it, and they can set the schedule when these doors will open and when they're going to be closed. And when these doors are locked, you can only open them from the inside. They don't have the keypad on the outside for you to be able to open it with the key fob. It's just either by the timer or by somebody on the inside. They can see them come in by the camera. They will open the door for them and let them in. Here we're at the reception desk for our children's area, and this is a way that we control access to the kids area of the church. Have somebody that will sit here at the desk, and we've got these boxes of wristbands, and it's a 2-part wristband. It's got a number on it. I mean, you can put a sheet down that has the number on it so you can identify the child, and the parents take one band and then you put the other band around the child's wrist so that when they come back we can match those up, and they're the only people that are supposed to be able to take the child out of the room would be whoever has the matching wristband. And with the children's area, we also have the maglocks on the doors as well, so that the doors going into each one of the areas, you can only get into those areas by using the key fob or a remote control that will control access to those areas, because you don't want everybody being able to get into the children's area. You just want the parents and teachers to be able to get in and out of there, and not everybody that might be coming in from the outside during the service. So the children's safety is a big thing that you want to focus on with any safety measures that you have at the church, because parents are not going to want to come to church if they don't feel like that if they can leave their kids in the children's area and them be safe. So that's one of the prime areas that you want to focus on when you're doing any type of safety program at your church. All of the major entrance points into the building, you want to have a camera set up like this one here to be able to catch people coming in and out of the building, to be able to track anything that's going on while the service is going on and before or after the service as well. So we've got the one camera there that catches this entryway, and we try to have the cameras set up so that as they move from one camera to another, you can kind of track the movement of what's going on. So we had that one camera that I just showed you that picks up part of the parking lot, and then this one will get another area, overlaps some of what the first one was seeing. And then we have one down here on the corner of the building that will get the back side of the parking lot
as well as part of the rear of the building. And we have these same type cameras set up around the building so that we can pretty much have a 360-degree view around the church to keep track of people coming in and out in any situation that might develop while we're here at the church.
That was a brief tour of some of the safety things that we do here at our church, and we've got more cameras spread throughout the building and around the perimeter of the building so that we can watch the different areas while we're here during service times or any other special event that we may be having at the church, so that you can see all the areas that are involved, make sure nobody's hurt or any other problems that you might encounter while we're here at the church. And the cameras here at the church are not only to watch things that are going on during services, but the local police have also been able to use those cameras to help figure out things that have gone on here on the church property when we weren't actually in service, and even a traffic accident that happened out in front of the church. The cameras picked up what had happened there, and they were able to use the footage off of the cameras to be able to figure out what had happened at the accident. When you're setting up your church safety program, cameras are a great way to watch the church. And you also, when you're getting the cameras set up, you want to make sure that the system is expandable so that later down the road, if you want to add a camera in another area that you weren't able to afford to do right at first, then you can add those cameras later. Also, with your safety program, you want to make sure that everything is written down in a proper safety plan, have that put down in writing, and make sure everybody on your safety team and church leadership knows what the safety plan is and how everything is involved. When you're developing all that, just get everything, try to cover all your bases, no matter what the situation may be. Try to cover everything and have a plan in place so that you can have everything done and have everything ready so that you know what you're going to do if that situation ever happens. So if you like the video, like and subscribe down at the bottom, and we'll see you next time.